All right, so this is update 2 of Brickport Yards. Now, if you saw my update number 1 video, you would see that this has changed so much. For instance, now there is this whole concrete above active rail infrastructure portion here that is extending out quite a bit. And there's also obviously the elephant in the room, one Brickport Yards here. First off, this took a while. This took a couple months just to even get to this point. This is about 8 to 10 weeks worth of development on this, and I think this looks amazing. One of my favorite angles is actually right here where the elevated rail can actually go underneath Brickport Yards there. I think it looks really cool. And of course, at the top here as well, you can see the little one that I made out of tiles, signifying that this is one Brickport Yards. I think that looks really cool as well. The really neat thing about this building is the fact that these glass pieces that go in these 1x4x6 door frames are in trans black. I actually had to custom order these from Lego Pick-a-Brick, and it took about a month to get here from Denmark. But after I waited the time and I was able to put them in, it looks so good. Just changing the glass type from normal trans clear, like in this radio station building here, to this darker trans black, it just looks so good because you can't see through the floors, which I think is something, one of the unfortunate side effects of having something in clear is that you can see through each floor. Whereas with trans black, it looks really good because more of that light is being reflected back off of those glass pieces and not through the building. So overall, I think this has turned out really well. Let me actually get this elevated rail to go underneath here. I can turn this on. Yeah. So this goes right underneath here, exactly how you're seeing it here. It just barely clears the foundation that I built here. And that's a good thing because this is a very sturdy structure, but I actually kind of want to know if in the future this starts to slump a little bit. And by making it so that this elevated rail will just barely clear, it'll tell me if at any time it's starting to sag down. But the good thing is it's been about a month and it has been solid the entire time. It's sturdy, but this is also a lot of weight to be putting on something that's brick built like this. But I think it's just a testament to the building techniques. So let me actually put the camera over here so I can show you the building techniques here. This is a side that is not finished yet of Brickport Yards. Again, this is gonna go down pretty much all the way to right where that beam is. You can actually see some of the brickwork is already there. So it's gonna go down basically right to where that brickwork ends right there, which will look really cool. If you can see here, the middle of the Brickport Yards platform is full of these 1x12 Technic bricks loaded with Technic pins going down the center. On top of that, there's bricks of different sizes stacked on top of other bricks. I'm using 2x4 bricks, 2 1x16 bricks put together, then another layer of 2x4 bricks, then these 1x12 bricks put together. So it's just stacking on top of stacking. And you can kind of get an idea of how this looks by, yeah, there we go. You can see those beams underneath there. This is a very, very sturdy structure here. So between building it really well and, you know, obviously testing with putting the elevated rail underneath, you can see how well this was designed because this building isn't sagging and it is sturdy. The other thing is, I don't know if you can see on this side, let me pan the camera around. This is the one door to enter the building. It's right where these bushes are kind of leading into this walkway. If you notice, that door is actually trans clear instead of trans black, and that's because Lego hasn't made any trans black doors. So in the future, when they have trans black doors, if they ever make that, I'll swap it out. But for now, I just wanted to hide this on the side so that the trans black vibe would still continue to persist. which is why I don't have any doors down here on the first floor. I feel like it wouldn't look good on this wider section here. So I kind of put it off to the side, and there's very little light entering the room, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's actually easier to tell on camera than it is in person here that there's something other than trans black there. The other thing too is I started tiling this little walkway here that will continue to flow down this entire length of Brickport Yards once it's complete. And this is going to have minifigures walking on top, maybe some bicyclists as well. And I'm also planning on adding a ton of bushes. So already, as you can see, I've got some bushes leading up to that walkway. I'll get that tiled soon as well. And then there's also the palm trees there. I want this to be as green as possible on top to make it feel like artificial land, which is exactly what this is going for. This is supposed to be essentially a Hudson Yards equivalent that I'm calling Brickport Yards. So over active rail infrastructure, there is new land. So I think this turned out really well. And you can kind of get a better look here of how it's going to continue down past this section here. It'll go over top of this roadway. In fact, there's the wall ends here, and then there'll be another wall that continues up here, and this beam on top will continue over. And then this actually blends over into this, which if you've seen any of my recent YouTube shorts that I made, this is the parking garage structure for the Davison Tower, which is right here. This is going to be a different video, but you can see how although both Brickport Yards and Davison Tower are detached structures, the parking garage is going to be somewhat connected from a structural level to the Brickport Yards structure, because fundamentally they use the same 2x4 bricks, and also it would add some stability to, I think, both. So other than that, this is really just the second update. I hope that by the third update video, this is completely finished and I have some sort of other structure there. I want to try to replicate something similar to the way that Hudson Yards has. This isn't supposed to be Hudson Yards, but in Lego form, this is just my own flair. So I want to have some sort of smaller structure right here instead of having all of these tall buildings. It'd be cool to do like a little like art piece that is like a couple stories tall, kind of similar to something that Hudson Yards has. But other than that, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And this has been update 2 of Brickport Yards. Peace out, guys.